expect. And as we mentioned, Ava Jones was just unstoppable on the inside. She's set to have a fantastic year for the Panthers. Ava Jones with 27 points. Buhler led in scoring by junior Marin Lackey, who had a career-high 9 points in her first varsity game. Also, Paige McDowell, of course, injured with that broken ulna a year ago. Chance to get back on the floor. Finished with 8 points in the game for the Lady Crusaders last Friday in the loss to Nickerson. They'll take on a Hutch High team playing their first game tonight. Salthawks played at Mays on Tuesday, but the Mays girls in quarantine, so Hutch High's girls not able to play in that game. And very similar to Buhler in that a lot of new pieces on this Hutch High team. Not a lot of scoring back from a year ago, so we expect two very young teams on the floor tonight, and still a learning process here early in the season. Crusader basketball brought to you in part by Fee Insurance, by Jackson Meat, by Dix Phillips 66, by Sunflower Electric Supply, and by H&R Block. A reminder, you can find live streaming of tonight's games online at @astraradio.com, on the @Astra Radio app, and live video via YouTube at our Crusader Sports Network, powered by Nextech Wireless. Your mobile and need to stay connected online at nextechwireless.com. Much more coming up in our Midway Motors Drive to the Game as we break down tonight's matchup. Third straight season where these two Reno County teams, Hutch and Buhler, have met. Buhler 2-0 in two very tight games in that series. One that went to overtime. Then, of course, last year, Robertson for Hutch fouls out late, and the Lady Crusaders find a way to survive. We're excited to watch these two teams play here coming up tonight. We'll have more of our pregame on the way, including our senior profile. We'll sit down with senior big Alex Hutton. That happens next here on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
Midway Motors on 30th Street in Hutchinson, or online at midwaymotors.com. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Mann, Wyatt & Rice Personal Injury Law Firm is celebrating 20 years of helping victims recover their health and lives after a serious accident. Serving Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado, our success stems from valuing people over profits. We look forward to another 20 years of fighting for victims' rights. Mann, Wyatt & Rice attorneys and staff wish Buhler athletes the best of luck this season. Mann, Wyatt & Rice, trusted, experienced, compassionate.
First National Bank is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. We have an experienced staff prepared to provide you with a variety of banking solutions. Please visit our website, fnbhutch.bank. That's fnbhutch.bank for more information. First National Bank of Hutchinson, we're first for you.
Visit one of the First's 5 convenient locations in Hutchinson, including inside Dillon's Marketplace. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC.
At Dix Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dix offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Come visit us at Buhler Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best care around, and we like to have some fun and get to know you while you spend time with us. From regular fillings, cleanings, dental implants, or even if we have to, extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-543-2768 to schedule your next appointment, or email online at drdowdds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader basketball on HKFM.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Time for tonight's First National Travel Player Profile. Let First National Travel assure your next perfect vacation online at fnta.net. Well, senior Alex Hutton is with us, who's so gracious. I tried to interview Alex last week, but apparently, Alex, don't tell anybody I'm a little technology deficient. Is that fair to say? So excited to get you on tonight. Your thoughts going into the season. Obviously, new coach, new team, and how has it been so far in practice?
Going into senior year, it was kind of nerve-wracking knowing that it was a completely new team, basically, a completely new coach. But it's worked out pretty well. We're meshing well as a team. We get along. It's pretty much a family already.
Absolutely. You a lot of experience last year in the team that went to state. How has your role changed from then to now? Obviously a senior with a lot of young kids around you.
We had some good role models on the team last year, so stepping up and filling their shoes on just being a positive impact on the team and the younger girls. They've stepped up a lot. I'm really impressed with the freshmen and sophomores especially. Coming into a program that did so well last year, it's probably intimidating, so I'm just proud of everyone, how they're doing so far.
Get a game under your belt last week at Nickerson. What do you take away from that game you think that'll help you get better?
Nickerson is obviously a really good team, and they were a tough component to have the first game of the year. But I think we took away from it that we just need to come out ready to play.
And proudly supporting Crusader Arts, Athletics, and Academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Mount Ridge. Member NCUA.
Game day is a big deal in our house. We don't just go to watch and cheer, we live and breathe it. Our squad is full of passion, snacks, and spirit, and we needed a car that could do more than transport us. We needed to participate with us. Midway Motors helped us find the winning ride from pre-gaming to post-game celebrations and everything in between. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Find your game day car at midwaymotors.com.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Salt Hack Activity Center on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coverage tonight, brought to you in part by the Mid-Kansas Credit Union, by Newfeld's Flooring, by Hutchinson Community College, by First National Bank, and by Man, Wyatt, and Rice. My thanks to Alex Hutton for joining us in our senior player profile tonight, and wish Alex all the best as she finishes up her senior year and prepares to head off to Fort Hays State next year to play soccer. So congratulations to her. An injury update, another senior to talk about in our Man, Wyatt, and Rice injury update. At Man, Wyatt, and Rice Injury Attorneys, helping people is their passion, serving their clients with trusted legal advice. Online at manwyattattorneys.legal. Senior Emily Madison, who did not play last Friday with that injured finger, actually a ball deflected off a finger, and some discomfort there in practice last week. Taped up tonight suited up tonight and says she's going to give it a go. And that'll help with the depth in that guard position for the Crusaders. And I really think as the year goes along, that's going to be a strength for Coach Mitchell-Stetter with Madison McDowell and Lackey, also Horning in that mix at the guard position. As we talked about, really it's the bigs are going to have to get a little bit more into it tonight. Ava Jones kind of controlled the inside in that game last Friday, and I think the bigs have got to be out of foul trouble. All three in foul trouble last Friday. They've got to be more involved in the game and in the scoring and kind of take some pressure off the guards. Christopher, something else thinking about just a couple of things I thought Buter maybe needs to work a little bit against handling the pressure as you see teams throughout the year, full court press, getting the ball up and down the floor, and then figuring out how to move the ball against the zone defense. Sometimes you can get a little stagnant. Ball's got to move side to side. You've got to find those angles to get open shots or looks down inside.
Yeah, last week Nickerson really punished us for some longer passes, and typically the longer a pass is in basketball, the more dangerous it is. And you talked about it because
going to fade Ava Jones every night of the season, so hopefully I really think her, Hannon, and Specht, those three have got to have some kind of presence each night, and you can get 10 to 15 points out of those three each night. You got to feel pretty good about that. So
yeah, it's you talked about it. I mean, Ava Jones is a special player. And the crazy thing, Aaron, and she's just a sophomore. I mean, that's the thing. How good is that girl going to be by the time she finishes out her career at Nickerson? But like I said, our post, they had some spells against Nickerson where they kind of slowed down Ava Jones. They did a nice double team a player that is that good, then it opens up other people. But no, it'll be fun to see. The old adage in sports, doesn't matter what the game is, that you're. So it's going to be fun to see these ladies see how much. And the nice thing too, since they've had a whole week of practice, just to see how much improvement there is from last Friday to tonight.
Yeah, and of those three, I thought Mallory Hannon, for never being on the floor in a varsity game, comes in, and I was impressed with some of the things. Obviously, she's got to work on her scoring ability and finishing, but thought for first time on the varsity floor, she did some nice things.
You hit the nail on the head. Well, there were so many girls that was the first time that they'd ever been on a varsity floor. So, I mean, that's the thing. The last week, they kind of knocked the cobwebs off, and, there shouldn't be as many butterflies for all the ladies that played their first varsity time. And, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it against these Salthawks.
Yeah, take care of the basketball, work against that. I mentioned the outset between these two. I think here 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, we went to overtime. And then last year, if Tina Robertson doesn't foul out of the game late, that was a tight game as well.
Yeah, and it to me just, I mean, as a Buhler grad, I remember we talked about last week, the Reno County Classic. I loved the fact as a kid getting to compete against Hutch and everything. I know my kids do too, because the neat thing is these kids haven't just started playing against each other in high school. All these kids played together on teams or played against each other going back to the Hutch Rec or the Y or MAYB stuff or volleyball or just other sports. So it is always more fun to compete against kids you're going to go to church with on Sunday and see around town. And so, yeah, this game, I'm glad that we have this series with Hutch.
Yeah, remembering back to that game last year, Tina Robertson was on fire in the second half, but in foul trouble, gets her fifth foul late in the game on the defensive end, which is as a coach, didn't need her on the defensive end. I felt so bad for her that she didn't get to finish out that game, but ended up being a win for the Crusaders. So.
Yeah. I remember just kind of, she was such an important player for Hutch, just kind of hoping and praying that maybe she would foul out because the path to victory would get a lot simpler, and that's exactly what happened.
Salthawks finished 12-10, but as we mentioned, like Buhler graduating, the bulk of their scoring, they have very little back. Zaya Sims is a 5'11 senior, leading scorer back on the team, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 5'11. She's got some length and some athleticism inside, so how Hutton and Specht and Hanen handle her, I think, will be a key tonight. Harley Wilson could be a factor in the game. She averaged 4 points a game as a 5'7 guard last year, and then the only other player really with any experience back for the Salthawks is Jacelyn Morrissey. So young team, just like Buhler. Advantage at all that Hutch didn't get to play their first game on Tuesday because of Mays being quarantined. Buhler's got I don't know if that factors in at all or not, that Buhler's got a game under their belts.
Oh, I would say any sport, and you know that if you've played more games than your opponent, it's probably going to be the upside for you, just because, like I said, Buhler has now gone against live competition, so you know, Coach Mitchell-Stetter can really look at tape and see, okay, how is somebody going to deal with, you know, this adversity? And so, you know, with this being Hutch's first game, there's going to be girls from Hutch that this is the first time they've ever played in a varsity game, and so they're going to have those butterflies that thankfully the Crusaders got out of their system last Friday at Nickerson.
Well, talking with Coach Connor Riley, second year with the Salthawks. He was a longtime assistant here, and of course, Hutch guy, graduated from Trinity Catholic in 2009. Went on to play collegiately at Bethany. He was a great high school basketball player for the Celtics. But he really said, young team, still trying to figure out who our scorers are. Our focus is going to be on the defensive end. So this could be one of those games. Physical, could be a lot of fouls. It's early in the season and maybe not a lot of scoring.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a young team, I mean, because obviously scoring is the hardest part in basketball. That's where it takes the most experience. And so, yeah, if you're worried about your scoring abilities, then you really kind of ratchet it up at the defensive end. And, yeah, it'll be, I feel like, a very different game than the game last week at Nickerson.
All right, much more to talk about coming up in our Midway Motors Drive of the Game. We'll bring our Crusader Sports Network guys in. I think we are good to go. Thumbs up on the video for tonight. We really appreciate our video guys coming with us, although there are a few fans in the auditorium. 2 parents per participant starting tonight, allowed to be in the gymnasium. I know a lot of grandparents and aunts and uncles and friends still not being able to see the game, so glad we can bring it to you, not only the audio but video-wise. Go to YouTube and search for Crusader Sports Network. Our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Midwest Iron and Metal, by Wade Pat Insurance, The Medicine Shop, by APAC Shears, and by Ray & Sons Roofing. More of our pregame right after this.
Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM. The HCU Investment and Insurance Services starting lineups and tonight's opening tip are next. You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Shop at Jackson Meat this holiday season. Our meats are fresh, our prices are reasonable, and our customer service is personalized. Pre-order one of our fresh smoked turkeys, old-fashioned hams, or other specialty meats. Experience the difference when you shop at Jackson Meat in downtown Hutchinson.
During this unpredictable year, the Hutchinson Medicine Shop has taken extreme measures in keeping our customers and our staff safe. We have opened our lobby, but continue to offer curbside service with a mask and a smile. We also can deliver your meds to your home or workplace, and if you live out of town, we can mail them. Kindness, efficiency, and professionalism has never waned. Thank you for getting your meds local. The Hutch Medicine Shop in Midtown.
Rise Up Reno and Andy Addis want to remind you that your contribution to our community is important.
So being a part of a community means making choices not just for yourself, but for your friends, your family, and the people all around you. The person that you are today is valuable. Don't let that be diminished by drugs or habits or things that diminish you, because we need all of you.
How will you rise up? Rise up, Reno.
Is it time for a fundraiser? As you consider the best way to raise dollars for your organization, think of Yoder Meats. Our snack stick fundraiser is easy to manage and low cost to get started. Yoder Meats snack sticks are shelf stable, come in 12 different delicious flavors, and provide a great return. Give us a call at 620-465-3807 or email snacksticks@yodermeatsks.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information and updates on our weekend specials. Taste the old-fashioned flavor at Yoder Meats in Yoder and 3 locations in Wichita.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Well, back here on the Midway Motors Drive of the Game, a little different to have the pep band back in the gym to add some more atmosphere as well tonight as we look elsewhere around the league. Chanute at Roselle, a lot of early season tournament action. So you've got some funky matchups going on tonight. Abilene is at Augusta, Winfield at Clearwater, and Andale at Mays coming in to tonight. Most of the teams in the league have at least one game under their belt. Only one with a win. That would be McPherson. They beat Newton on Tuesday night. They're 1-0. El Dorado and Circle off to an 0-2 start. And then both Augusta and Buhler 0-1. As we look around our network, just a couple of other games we'll be following tonight. Hillsboro at Inman and Lions at Mound Ridge. Those both part of the Mound Ridge early season tournament. And we'll try to keep you up to date on the scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. From regular teeth cleanings to advanced periodontal work, your hometown dentist is Buhler Dental Care at 115 North Main in Buhler. Well, Carson Moeller is the third member of our broadcast crew tonight. Buddy, your thoughts on what you've seen from this young team, and what do you expect tonight?
Well, yeah, like you mentioned, they are a really young team, and so you have to have that senior leadership to step up at times. We heard Coach Mitchelstetter say last week that when you have your 3 seniors that are playing on the bench with foul trouble, that doesn't really work out for your team, and it was great to see McDowell and this Lackey step up and provide points where points were needed. Crusaders have another young team to play, so we'll see how tonight looks for them.
Yeah, I do think the strength is at that guard position, and I talked to Amy Madison a little bit before the game. She said, we'll give it a go. Feels a little funny. It is on her right. She's right-hand dominant, so has that one finger on her right hand taped up. Sometimes that'll bother you. Sometimes it won't. You won't know till you know.
Yeah, well, and Carson, I was going to ask you, because you're in school with the girls, each day. It's, a new head coach. What are some of the things that they've kind of said that they enjoy working with Coach Mitchelstetter, that she brings to the table so far?
Well, yeah, one of the things I hear a lot is the atmosphere is a little different, with the young coach. And she's ready to challenge the group. So she's not afraid to say, hey, you're out, you're not doing what needs to be done, and that motivates the girls a little bit more, just to make sure that they're always at their best. So she always wants to get the best out of them, and they're willing to work for it.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to watch them grow this year, and I think some brightness for the future. Coach Conklin's 8th grade group, I think the 8A team has had a fantastic
yes, 10-0. So they start the Pioneer League or Patriot League tournament tomorrow down in Wellington. They're the 1 seed, went undefeated in league play, and so they basically have to win 1 game, and they'll be back in the championship on Monday. So the crazy thing, though, Prairie Hills' 8th grade team, because my daughter's on it, they had 13 of the 20 girls get thrown into quarantine Wednesday. Oh, wow. And so they only have 7 for yesterday and for the league tournament. So it's crazy. Luckily, my daughter is one of the 7, but this has been a year that coaching-wise, can you imagine in any sport where just one day they come in and say half the team is gonzo? I mean, it is just such a unique environment.
I think it's going to be very much like what we saw the football season where, you have your 8 regular season games, but this year we saw teams that maybe only played 3, 4, 5 games in the postseason, and I think by the end of the basketball year, it's going to be something similar.
Yeah. If you can get all 20 regular season games in this year, it's going to be kind of by the grace of God, because there's just, you look at the Buhler boys, we're now it's going to be maybe late December before they finally get to take the floor for the first time.
And the odds that you have a 2-6 team like we saw in football with Arc City make it all the way to the state championship are very high for basketball, with the boys not even getting a game possibly in December. you're going to look at how these records are going to mean a lot, all these games.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a grind. We'll see how it goes. You want to be playing your best basketball in late January, February. I do know that. More coming up on our Midway Motors Drive of the Game. We'll get the starting lineups. Ladies who are finishing up their warm-ups and shoot-around down on the court here at the Salt Hawk Activity Center. Bueller on the road next Tuesday. That'll be girls only again. The 15th at Towanda. Not sure yet on the start time. Thinking it'll be a 6 o'clock game. That has not been confirmed yet. And then one other game before the Christmas break. Second will be the first home game of the year. And hopefully the guys will be back by then. The hope is that they'll be out of quarantine by then. It'll be a doubleheader against the Mac Bullpups to end the December portion of the schedule on December. The game, starting lineups and the tip next here from Hutchinson, the Salt Hawk Activity Center at HKFM of the Crusader Sports Network.
Experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor coverings. Proudly sponsoring Bueller High School activities, Newfeld's Flooring in downtown Bueller.
Each and every day, WIFCO steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these valuable activities too. We'll be right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Bueller, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas.
To Bueller Crusader basketball on HKFM.
And we are back here on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM, live from the Salt Hawk Activity Center. Tonight, coming up after the game, our WIFCO Steel Products Player of the Game and tonight's Dix Phillips 66 Phillip of the game. We'll bring those to you. Anticipate the same starting lineup for Coach Mitchellstetter tonight here in this second game. A couple of other young ladies getting a chance to suit up for varsity. Taylor Hummel, Emily Stallman, who came in as a freshman and gave some big minutes. At a girl for her last Friday, and America Holiday being added to the varsity roster here tonight as well. Before we get to the starting lineups, the Hutchinson Salt Hawk Pep Band is going to present tonight's national anthem. Hutch High Pep Band with tonight's national anthem. Christopher, before we get to starting lineups tonight, just your thoughts on maybe one or two keys to the game.
Well, I think it's big for the Crusaders to get off to a good start this week, kind of build some confidence, and, you know, it's just going to be exciting to kind of see this team just kind of develop as this year goes on.
Absolutely. Let's introduce tonight's starting lineups for you. We'll start with the Hutch High Lady Salt Hawks. Second-year head coach Connor Riley, 12-10 a year ago, did not play in their opening game on Tuesday night against Mays. Mays in quarantine. They will start like this. A 5'11 senior, number 10, Zaya Sims. Sims, leading player back from this team as a junior a year ago. Had 4 points big on the boards, 6 rebounds. Bueller will have to answer for her on the inside tonight. A 5'7 junior, number 14, Harley Wilson. 4 points as a sophomore last year. A 5'11 sophomore, number 22, Hannah Ames. A 5'6 sophomore, number 24, Libby Jackson. And a 5'6 junior, number 30, Jacelyn Morrissey. For the Hutchinson Lady Salthawks, they'll be in their home whites tonight with a golden trim and golden lettering. For Coach Mitchell Stetter's Lady Crusaders at 0-1, coming off that loss a week ago at Nickerson, they will start like this. A 5'6 junior, number 3, Paige McDowell in the backcourt. McDowell finished with 8 points, a career high for her last Friday. A 5'1 sophomore, number 5, Taryn Horning. Horning with 2 points in the first game of the season. A 5'10 senior, number 21, Lauren Specht. A 5'9 senior, number 23, Monterey Hainan. And a 5'9 senior, number 33, Alex Hutton. Again, for Bueller, it'll be McDowell, Horning, Specht, Hainan, and Hutton. One change in the starting lineup for the Salthawks tonight, as Jacelyn Morrissey will not start. In place of her will be a 5'4 junior, number 20, Gracie Keeler. So for the Salthawks, it is Sims, Wilson, Keeler, Ames, and Jackson. Our HCU Investment and Insurance Services starting lineups coming up with a game plan not only important in sports but in retirement as well. Give Monty Cross a call with HCU Investment and Insurance Services, 669-0177. Lady Crusaders road black uniforms with the maroon trim and maroon lettering tonight. And we are live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. At Allen Samuels of Hutch, they're dedicated to finding you the make and model that best suits your lifestyle and budget. Online at AllenSamuelsHutch.com. Come by, let's be friends. Aaron West, Chris Shank, here with you along with Colton Hines and Carson Muller as we underway. Tip controlled by the Lady Crusaders, moving left to right, and a quick travel call. Near side circle on Paige McDowell. And the ball go back the other way to the Salthawks. Salthawks right to left, bring it into front court. It'll be Harley Wilson. Back off the screen, pulls up right elbow, jumper rattles in.
Yeah, nice looking look as she got right past the free throw line. The baseline of the Crusader defense didn't come up to guard her, and she drops in the jumper.
Now a steal by Zaya Sims. Back-to-back turnovers. Sims inside, and it's 4-0 Hutch. We did talk about turnovers and working against the press. A third steal, this time picked off by Libby Jackson. Layup inside. Good, and a timeout.
Hutchinson for 2.
Gracie Keeler makes it 6-0 Hutch on 3 straight Bueller turnovers, and we've got a timeout here. 7:09 to play in the first. Crusader basketball here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Fortunate incident where sewage started to leak into the museum level. Given that we are supposed to care for and protect historic artifacts, we immediately called Phoenix Restoration because we knew Ryan and his team, they would work with us and get the situation eliminated so we could continue our operation.
Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company is Phoenix Restoration. They'll help you rise again after your disaster. Online at phoenixrestoration.com.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Well, a 5th straight turnover by the Lady Crusaders to start this contest. Hutch up 6-0. Zaya Sims working down low against Mallory Hainan. And a whistle and a foul call. Hutch just employing that simple full court pressure. Well, the one thing the guards have got to learn to do, you can't pick up your dribble against the pressure. Once you get stuck, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and the Crusaders tried some long passes against the press, and some of them dangerous. So Hutch's offense is just coming out of transition.
Zaya Sims missing the front end of the line. Emily Madison will check into the ball game, and Taryn Horning goes out. 1 of 2 at the line for Sims. And a 7-0 Hutch start here. 6:48 to play in the first. Here's Madison. Crossover dribble, left to right across the timeline. Works at far side circle. Being guarded by Wilson. Ball poked away. And another steal. Boy, Hutch really playing the passing lanes. Layup is good by Grace Keeler. 6 Crusader turnovers and a 9-0 start. And a tough start for Buehler, who's not even got a shot off yet in this game. Here's Hutton with it, far side circle. Alex with the right hand pushes it. Near side to McDowell. Baseline drive by Madison. Nice feed into Alex and rattles it in. Actually, that's Lauren Specht inside, who drops it in for 2. And first points of the game, 9-2. 6:01 to play in the first. That ends a 9-0 Hutch run. Haanen blocks the shot, inside ball out of bounds. It's going to be Buehler basketball. Hutch will cough it up. Ames one-on-one with Haanen down low and a nice swat away.
Well, I really saw it last week. Haanen has just such active hands. You know, she does a nice job of altering shots, and good to see her protecting the post.
Foul at the midcourt line. Paige McDowell picks up contact. Brent Ackley, 5'6" sophomore in the Hutch high lineup. That foul charge to Gracie Keeler, her first, team's first. Buehler inbounds from the midcourt line. Haanen's got it near side to Madison. Circle to McDowell. Inside, contact, and a foul.
Well, I like how the Crusaders are starting to attack the bucket a little bit more. Those first couple of possessions, we were having trouble even just getting the ball into the paint.
Absolutely. Talked about the key not getting stuck with the dribble. That foul, the first on Libby Jackson. Peter trying to work it in. The inbound pass from Emily Madison. Rejected out of bounds. So automatically you see Emmy come in and settle the offense down just a little bit.
Well, you can definitely tell she's very comfortable with the ball in her hands.
Boy, tough pass and another foul. That is a reach in on the Salthawks. They try to work the ball up top to McDowell.
Salthawk number 14, Harley Wilson.
Harley Wilson. Hutch really trying to overplay those passing lanes. Get easy offense on the other end, but boy, if you don't get the ball, sometimes you're going to pick up those whistles.
Well, I think they watched the tape and saw how much McLean did a good job of just really kind of picking the Crusaders apart up high.
Aaron Lackey, 5'5" junior, into the ballgame for the Crusaders now. Here's Haanen, pull-up jumper, foul line missed. It's short, ball rattled around and out of bounds. And let's see, I think last touch by the Salthawks.
Great job by Specht, and they're battling it away. It looked like one of the Salthawk lady defenders was going to get the board, and Specht got the tie-up and then went out of bounds off the defender.
Lackey, Hutton, Haanen, Specht. Madison out there for the Crusaders inside. Makes it 9-4.
So the Crusaders on a little 4-0 run after the 9-0 run for Hutch High to start.
That's that lead to 5. Salthawks in their half court. Buehler in a man defense to our left. Near side circle with it is Hannah Ames. There's the steal. Hutton in the passing lane takes it away. One-on-one the other way. Layup missed. Too strong. Great job of the steal. Alex not able to finish. Now she pokes it away again. Another great defensive play by Alex Hutton. Here comes Madison. Step over into the lane. Missed the shot. Too strong off the window. Loose on the deck. Ball picked up by the Salthawks.
Some offensive looks off steals.
Madison will pick up Wilson at the timeline. Here's Ames dribbling across the left side lane line with the ball. They dump it underneath. Boy, nice work around inside and score it for Harley Wilson.
Yeah, Harley, really, that was a great crossover step there to get her free.
Back up 7, the Salthawks. 2-2-1 press. Here's Specht. Nice move, right baseline. Bounces far corner to Lackey. Lackey inside Haanen off the window. Hangs, won't fall. Boy, hung on the rim forever, but wouldn't go in. And a rebound for the Salthawks.
Lady Crusaders are getting some great looks inside by Haanen. Just got to finish.
Inside out. It's got to be a travel. Zaya Sims taking a step inside. She's going to come out of the ballgame, replaced by Maya Thompson, the 6-foot sophomore. Abba Yutzi had 4 points off the bench Last Friday for the Crusaders, 5A junior will rotate in, and Hainan take a seat on the bench. So Utsi out there. Here's Lackey with the ball against the press. Also Madison, Hutton, and Specht. Emily Madison up far side of the floor. Crossover dribble against the defender. Picked up top by Libby Jackson. Drops it right side to Lackey. Far side Madison. Salthawks in a man-to-man. Madison driving baseline, fouled from behind. That'll already be a fourth team foul here in this first quarter in the Salthawks.
Yeah, their fouls are spread out, though, so Ames, that'll be her first personal. But, yeah, the Crusaders are doing just such a better job of attacking the rim here these last couple possessions.
Out of the basket, into the corner, Lackey, three, short off the front iron, rebound Hutchinson. Wilson dribbling through traffic, up the floor, right to left with the ball, lobs it. Left side elbow to Ames. Now far side baseline. Kick to the near side wing. Three on the way, missed by Brent Ackley. Rebound Bueller.
Utsi, great job of boxing out that time.
Crusaders the other way, up the floor. Hutton far side, near side Lackey. Aaron stops, spins. Back to Madison on the right wing. Amy's going to drive inside. Dishes up top, Hutton in mid lane to Utsi. Near side Specht. Or 10 out from the basket with her back to the cup. Feeds it in the mid lane to Hutton. Shot up short off the front iron, but a whistle and a foul called. But I like that. Two-man big action inside. Lauren draws in the defense. The feed to Hutton. Missed the shot, but a foul put her at the line for two.
There's definitely something working for the Crusaders, having the post coming down the lane and making that extra pass.
Maya Thompson with her first, team's fifth. First free throw, Alex Hutton is a 43% career free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. And Zaya Sims will check back into the Hutch lineup. Utsi and Hainan on the floor as Specht goes out for Bueller. Alex hits a pair and makes it 11-6. Back to a 5-point lead.
Those were pretty looking free throws too, Aaron. I think she's going to shoot better than 40-something% this year from the line.
So 2:56 to go in the first. One-on-one across the timeline. Gracie Keeler with the ball. Feeds it far side circle to Libby Jackson. Jackson off the screen and roll and a whistle and a foul call. That's going to be up as well for Bueller now, the sophomore.
And that's just, I think, one of those plays that as a sophomore, Taryn's just still getting used to this pace of the varsity.
Got to fight through the screen, not try to play defense from behind. Salthawks inbound, far side in front of their own bench. 2:38 to play in the first in an 11-6 game. Near side circle is Brent Ackley up top to Sims. Sims wants to drive on Utsi. Cut off in the mid lane of the double team. They kick it back out near side circle to Ackley. Looking underneath. Trying to find Ackley in the post. Great defense here by Marin Lackey.
Yeah, Lackey did a great job of just playing long that time, getting her paw on it, batting it away.
Stay with the Salthawks on the baseline, right of the basket. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Touch high up 5. They've got it near side circle. With the left hand with it is Maya Thompson. They rotated up top. Now Farset almost went through the hands of Gracie Keeler, able to save. She's got it now between the rings, picked up by Amy Madison. Here's Sims at the foul line. Little jumper, well short. Rebound underneath to Lackey. Peter up the far side of the floor comes Madison. Left to right, behind the back dribble against the defender. Makes the pass near side wing to Lackey. Now Utsi from the far corner against Sims. Giving up some height in that matchup. And Sims forcing a bad pass and a turnover. That's a tough matchup for Abby Utsi on the 5'11", very athletic Zaya Sims.
Yeah, and I don't know how you guys feel, but even though we just had a turnover there, the Crusaders is playing with a lot more poise than there was about a 4-possession string at the beginning of this game that we looked kind of shell-shocked.
Absolutely. Once they've figured out that zone buster, there's a right side elbow jumper missed by Harley Wilson. Rebound Crusaders. Here comes Lackey. Up the floor to Horning. And kind of caught it funny in between steps, and they're going to whistle her for traveling. Here comes Paige McDowell back into the Bueller lineup. Marin Lackey will go out.
You see the leadership from Emily Madison is Lackey got the rebound, and she's yelling, go Marin, and trying to get those fast break points here for the Crusaders early.
Hannah Ames is going to check back into the Hutch high lineup along with Harley Wilson. 1:24 to go in the first, 11-6. Salthawks up the floor, up by 5. They've led by as many as 9. Who's got it out front. She's really the key for the Salthawk team, her and Wilson. Probably the pace is slowed down here. Harley Wilson with it. Rotated, far side circle to Ackley. Ackley on a drive, trying to dump underneath, ball loose. Gathered back up. Ames goes up for the shot short off the right side iron, but a whistle and a foul call. And that'll put Hannah Ames at the free throw line.
Bueller foul, number 5, Taryn Horning.
That'll be Taryn Horning. Horning just out of position there. Bueller really doesn't give up a ton of size to the Salthawk team. Really got to keep your bigs in position underneath and protect that basket. First free throw by Ames is up and good. Alex Hutton back into the Bueller lineup. And
Alexis Hutton.
Taryn Horning will go out. She just picked up her second foul. Second free throw, rattles around, no good. Missed by Hannah Ames. 12-6, rebound Crusaders. 50 seconds on the clock here in the first. Madison in traffic, dribbling with it. Here's side circle. Deflected, not sure where Abby was trying to get to with the ball there. Kind of caught in the high post in no man's land. And fortunately, that ball not picked off. Alex in front court, plays it behind the timeline to Madison. Hutch 12, Bueller 6, 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Here is Hutton up top, near side Madison. Mid lane to Hainan. Hainan puts it on the deck, drives, floats, missed. Boy, nice fight for it. Utsi almost had the rebound. Bueller's had some good looks late in this first quarter that have unfortunately not gone in. Rebound Hutch, Salthawks coast to coast layup, hangs and falls for Harley Wilson. She's got 6, and it is a 14-6 game. Lead up to 8, near steal. And they're going to call over and back. Paige Mcdowell fell down with the ball, tried to save it to Hainan. Hainan was on the wrong side of the timeline. We've got a timeout on the floor, 3.8 to play here in the first. Your score, Hutch 14, Bueller 6. Here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Checkup can help make sure you're on track for well-being. This is Monty Cross with HCU Investment and Insurance Services, and we specialize in thoughtful investment guidance aimed at keeping your finances in shape. To schedule a checkup with a financial consultant, visit hcu.coop/checkup or call 620-669-0177. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its licensed affiliates.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Well, Bueller's got to find a way. They've had some good looks late in this first quarter. Christopher, just got to find a way to get it to go in the basket.
No doubt, and I think if they can avoid the transition buckets of Hutch, they really...
Wilson at the buzzer, right side high post, off balance, drops it in to make it a 10-point game at the end of one. Harley Wilson with a great first quarter. She has 8 of the 16, half of Hutch's points after the first 8 minutes of play. 16-6, Hutch up over Bueller here at HKFM. Back in a minute, the Crusaders Sports Network.
Recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Dillon Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hutch Rec downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hutch Rec provides your community at hutchrec.com and on our Hutch Rec Facebook page.
John, when we last chatted, you said you were committed to offering vehicles at an affordable price, but aren't you going overboard taking 20% off the all-new Ram trucks?
Absolutely. And let's go a little bit further. Not only am I going to take 20% off, I'm going to offer you a choice, either a 2-year service agreement or free fuel for a year.
You're the boss. That's only at Allen Samuels of Hutch at 30th and Lorraine, online 24 hours a day at allensamuelshutch.com.
Allen Samuels of Hutch. Come by and let's be friends.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
And we are live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth here on HKFM. And on the Crusader Sports Network via YouTube here at the Salthawk Activity Center in Hutchinson. Next Tuesday, we'll be back at the site where Buhler won the sub-state title game last March in Circle to take on the 0-2 Towanda Circle Thunderbirds. Hutch with the ball right to left to start the second, up 10. And a jumper, short fire iron by Gracie Keeler. Rebound Buhler. Long carom comes out to McDowell. Madison, McDowell, Hutton, Heyman, and Specht on the floor to start the second for the Crusaders. Here's Emily, right side circle. Far side to Alex. Boy, Alex. But Lauren fell down. Wasn't there, ball out of bounds.
Yeah, when she let go of the ball, Lauren was still upright, but kind of made some contact, unfortunately, with somebody underneath and was falling down, so she couldn't go up for that post-entry pass.
Salthawks up 10, right to left into front court with a basketball against Peter's man defense. Far side circle, Gracie Keeler. They work it into Sims. Nice rejection by Mallory Heyman. Ball loose, picked up by McDowell. Here comes Paige. Paige, oh no. Threw the pass to Lauren Specht. Lauren was not looking for it, although I think Buehler's going to get bailed out with a foul. Oh, no, they're going to call that offense. Specht was not looking for that pass, and they're going to call Lauren for the foul.
Yeah, there was a collision after Lauren kind of bobbled the pass and trying to go for it. It was a hustle foul. She was just trying to get the basketball back, but just had a little too much contact.
Salthawks still up 10, and an offensive foul over on the far side of the floor.
Salthawk foul, number 10,
against
Sims. First personal.
Zaya Sims.
So here's some good news, fellas. That's team foul number 6 on Hutch. So the next foul, and the Crusaders are going to go to the line.
Interesting thing is it's 6 different players with the fouls. Here's Buehler, down 10, needing a bucket. Lauren Specht, 10 out, right baseline. Up top, McDowell, Paige for 3, in and out. No. The Salthawks, Bryn Ackley. Now a steal. Ball taken away by Lauren Specht on a pass, looking for Sims up the floor. Here comes Madison, left to right. Near side circle, McDowell. Up top, Hutton. Right elbow to Heyman. Boy. To the bucket, and she rotated just a little bit late, got tied up with the defender, couldn't get there for the pass.
I don't know how you guys feel, but even though the Crusaders have only put up 6 points, it seems like the ball movement at the offensive end is better. It's just kind of that last pass that we're looking to execute.
Got to get the ball in the basket at the end of the play. Here's Hutch with the ball up 10. 6 minutes to go in the quarter. 3 lost, missed. Rebound inside the offensive putback, good for 2 by Hannah Ames. 18-6 our score. Now a steal. Salthawks up 12 with the ball. Peter's got to find an answer offensively here. There's a drive into the lane and a whistle and a foul call.
Yeah, unfortunately nobody stopped ball until it got clear down on the blocks.
Well, you got to pick up ball handler up top of the key.
Number 33.
Lauren Specht comes out. Marin Lackey will check back in for the Crusaders. Libby Jackson back on the floor for Hutch High. And out goes Harley. They lead by 12, the largest lead here in the first half, 5:43 to play. Top of the circle, Libby Jackson. She'll try a 3 and make a 3. Well, they all but dared her to shoot it, and it went in, and it's 21-6. Salthawks running away here in the first half, up 15. And a timeout of the floor. 5:33 to play in the first. Your score, Hutch 21, Buhler 6. We're back in a minute on HKFM of the Crusaders Sports Network.
College is enrolling now for spring and summer. Take classes in Hutchinson, McPherson, Newton, or online. They're affordable, convenient, and flexible. Call 888-GO-HUTCH or email admissions@hutchcc.edu today.
Hi, this is Brett Henry, and for the past 75 years at Adams Brown Barron & Ball, we've served Kansas and America. To celebrate our 75th anniversary, we have rebranded to Adams Brown, Strategic Allies, and CPAs. For more information on our exciting changes, check out adamsbrowncpa.com and see why we are above and beyond.
When you're running a business, you don't have time for internet that slows you down. IdeaTech is here to bring your business internet freedom. Freedom from high prices, freedom from slow service, and freedom from bad customer support. If you're ready to do business with a local company that cares about you, give IdeaTech a call at 620-543-5000 or visit IdeaTech.com and contact us through the Hook Me Up button on the homepage. Your internet freedom awaits.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Well, some tough first half turnovers and some missed shots. There's another turnover on the travel on Alex Hutton. Have really been the bugaboo of the Crusaders. Down by 15 after a 3 right before that timeout by Libby Jackson, 21-6. 5:24 to play in the second. Salt Hawks have got it off a screen and roll and an illegal screen.
Yep. The old-fashioned moving screen, so the Crusaders get a break because when you're down 21-6, you just got to take it one possession at a time and start just kind of trying to climb your way back in.
That'll be the second on Hannah Ames. Peter against the 2-2-1 press. Haynen's got it. Backcourt to Marin Lackey. Now in the front court is Emily Madison. Madison over near side Lackey. Far side to Alex. Crusaders have got to start hitting some shots. Only 6 points in the half so far. As Alex Hutton's got it. Salt Hawks in a man defense. Near side. Little double move there. Pull up right baseline. Missed by Emily Madison. Rebound Hutch. Outlet pass stolen by Utsi. Taken away by Abby Utsi. Back the other way. Left to right. Here comes Madison. Pushes it up the floor to Haynen. Boy, Haynen should have took that drive right to the basket. She fumbled the ball though. Loose, tied up on the deck. And a jump ball, the arrow to the Crusaders. As she grows, she'll learn she got that ball. Between the two defenders, split them and go to the bucket.
Yep, and you talked about Hutch's man-to-man. They are really sagging off on this man, so it's one of those things that the Crusaders have got to get more aggressive taking it to the rack.
Peter ball on the alternate possession arrow. Inbounds with 4:25 to play here in the first half. Here is Hutton with it, far side circle, guarded by Zaya Sims. Up top to Lackey. Marin drives around the defender, kicks. 10-foot jumper, far side missed by Haynen. Just cannot get the ball to go in the basket. Rebound Salt Hawks. Hutch right to left into front court. Harley Wilson with 8 first half points. Now Sims.
Thankfully, Wilson hasn't scored this quarter.
About the old Stockton and Malone play there. Wilson to Sims. Layup good and a timeout on the floor. 3:52 to go in the half. Hutch now up 23-6. They lead it by 17. Full time out of the floor. We're back in 1 minute on HKFM of the Crusader Sports Network.
Fans, all great teams include a great defensive strategy. That's what insurance is all about. Strategy to defend you, your family, and your possessions. This is Jordan Fee. I'm proud to help our clients plan their strategy of protection through the broad range of services we offer at Fee Insurance Group. Call to find out how we can protect your health, life, property, business, and even your retirement savings. Since 1883, we've been here to stand between you and risk.
Visit feeinsurancegroup.com, your local trusted choice agent.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Well, the second quarter run by the Salt Hawks eerily similar to what we saw at Nickerson on Tuesday. Buhler gotten within 2 late first. Hutch here. Buhler gotten within 5, and now a 12-0 Salt Hawk run. So they've got to find a way. I mean, it all comes down to getting the ball in the basket. And Hutch continuing to press here in a 1-1-2-1 full court pressure. They work it. Nice job to the middle to Hutton, but then Hutton's pass. Boy, you cannot pass it to somebody who's covered. It's just a tough pass.
Yeah, and credit to Hutch High. I mean, they are being so active in those passing lanes.
Salt Hawks back the other way off the screen. Up top with it is Libby Jackson. Maya Thompson. Near side circle to Keeler. Our side Jackson. Out of 3:17 to go in the half. There's a travel call in the mid lane. And we'll go back the other way.
And unfortunately, since there was a turnover in the middle of the paint, now it's we got to fight against the press.
Well, what I want my point guard to do is what Annalie Madison did right there. Work the baseline, get the ball, and drive. Don't pick up your dribble. There's a shot missed inside by Lauren Speck.
Limiting Buhler to one-shot possessions.
You get the defense spread out in the press. They all can't guard the ball handler, so you just got to put your head down and drive. Spin move by Wilson. Nice job by Hutton. Cut her off in the lane. Hand off to Jackson. Back up top of the circle to Keeler. Keeler with a fist in the air. Near side circle to Libby Jackson. Jackson picked up by Paige McDowell. Far side Hartley Wilson. Sims trying to set a screen, now rolls to the bucket. Double teamed, cut off, passes, far side corner three, missed. Not sure that drew iron by Keeler.
No.
And a rebound by the Crusaders. Pulled down by Haanen the other way. Here comes McDowell through her hands, taken away. Another turnover. Here come the Sunhawks yet again, and they give it right back on a tough pass up the floor. Tried to zing it up the floor to Wilson, streaking up this near sideline and out of bounds.
Yeah, you mentioned Wilson. Yeah, she has just been really the game changer for Hutch High this evening offense.
Paige McDowell goes out, Taryn Horning back in.
That's not good. Madison hand got hit. She's holding it pretty gingerly.
Ami's got that finger. She's a tough kid. You know, she didn't want to come off the floor.
And you can't do the football thing, Carson, and just wrap it up and have her play with the club, you know.
Yeah.
Be tough to shoot.
Be tough to dribble.
You can play defense that way, but there's a foul now at the timeline. Buhler turns it over again. Wilson at the timeline.
Crusader foul number 33.
It's going to be fouled by Alex Hutton. It'll be the first on her.
6th team foul.
6th team foul. Next foul, Sunhawks will shoot bonus free throws. Minute 47 to go here in the quarter. And there's a rejection of the entry pass. Sunhawks looking for Maya Thompson underneath. And hooked away by Lauren Specht.
So stay with Hutch High here. Been at this 23-6 mark for a long time, fellas.
So somewhere this week in Minnesota, I don't know where it was, the fouls, they reset them after quarters instead of after each half. I thought that was interesting.
Wow. It would be different.
Sunhawks trying to work it in the lane. Here's a kick out. Harley Wilson for three, drops it in.
Well, that's second tray of the night for Hutch High, and Harley Wilson continues to have a banner night for the Lady Sunhawks.
Boy, I did not expect this to be a 20-point game. 1:16 to play in the half. Buhler's just struggling on the offensive end. Now Zaya Sims. Well, you don't want to do the bounce pass there. Stole it away, layup, yes, and a foul.
So she'll get the and one, and Sims has been the second leading scorer for Hutch. She's now got 7, could have 8 after a make here at the line.
Sunhawks have done a really good job of overplaying those passing lanes in the first half. As Alex Hutton picks up her second foul, Zaya Sims at the line. So they change that to Madison. Sims missing the free throw. It is 28-6. Lead is 22.
Crusaders need a bucket this possession. They have not scored here in the second quarter.
There's a whistle and a foul called inside. The last points for the Crusaders came at the 2:56 mark in the first quarter. Zaya Sims with a foul. It'll be her second. 8th team foul. So it'll be Mallory Haanen at the line for 1-1.
Shooting 1-1.
Just the second trip of the evening for the Lady Crusaders to the line.
Wait. Maybe anything going in the bucket will help. Mallory's first free throw is good.
First point of the second quarter, so.
Well, their schedule's not going to get any easier before Christmas at Circle and then home against McPherson. Haanen goes 1 of 2 at the line. Offensive rebound tipped around, saved by Lauren Specht, though, out of the wing. Amy Madison for 3, in and out, no good. Big rebound, put back, no, but a foul. And that's going to put Peter at the free throw line. A great job crashing the boards in there by Lauren Specht.
Yeah, and she got rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Kind of got hacked as she was falling down, trying to get a shot off. So hopefully she can have a good trip to the line here.
And first falls.
That was one of those ones that just landed on the back of the rim and just died, just fell into the cup.
28-8, Harley Wilson on that foul. I don't know about you guys, but from up at this vantage point, normally we're down on the floor, and Lauren Specht makes two to make it 28-9. Lauren Specht and Alex Hutton, they're not facing me. They from up here, they look awfully a lot alike from behind.
Yep.
Salt Hawks with the ball. 32 seconds to play here in the second quarter, up 28-9. They really dominated this second 8 minutes. Three up top short. Hits off front iron by Libby Jackson. Salt Hawks with the offensive board. Jackson back to Wilson between the rings, and Hutch will hold for the final shot of the half. They set a screen for Wilson. Great job fighting underneath the screen by Hutton. Cut Wilson off. Wilson gets it back, and pass inside, tipped away, stole it away. Good hands by Lauren Specht, but a little good defensive play. Bueller will not have the opportunity to get a shot off on the other end. That'll get us to the end of our first half of play. Just 9 points in the first half of the Crusaders, just 3 in that second quarter. They really had a tough time getting the ball to the basket and in the basket. And again, much like Christopher, what we talked about against Nickerson last Friday, got to do a better job against the press.
Yeah, the turnovers, I mean, we don't have the exact stat, but, I mean, Carson, wouldn't you say that they at least have 10 points off of fast break turnovers? At least that. And that really, especially kind of at the beginning of the game, I know it seemed like they had 3 or 4 possessions in a row, and that's what really got them that separation at the beginning was the steals leading to turnover buckets. And when Bueller forces Hutch into the half-court game, I really feel like that kind of plays the way of the Crusaders, because we've done a nice job playing the half-court defense.
Going with the man look, just trying to keep Hutch on edge. And when they make that switch, Hutch does have a little bit trouble getting their offense back rolling. So Crusaders just need to keep showing different looks and running through their offense down on the offensive end, making sure that offense is designed to get open looks, open layups. So they just need to keep trying to run it.
28-9 here at the half. Salt Hawks outscored the Crusaders 12-3 in the second quarter. 4 points by Lauren Specht to lead Bueller. And a great first half. 11 for Harley Wilson for the Salt Hawks. Crusader basketball tonight brought to you by Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, by the Prairie Bank of Kansas, Swiftco Steel Products, by Erickson Custom Building, and by HCU Investment and Insurance Services. Begins next here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM. Stay tuned for tonight's Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, serving Central Kansas since 1886.
Did you know that it's estimated that the salt deposits under Kansas could supply the entire world's salt needs for the next 250,000 years? Cargill Salt of Hutch is proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
Protect your equipment and get rewarded by purchasing premium Cenex lubricants with Cenex gift cards for gallons. You can earn a $50 Visa gift card for every 100 gallons of Cenex diesel engine oils, tractor hydraulic fluids, gear lubes, and greases purchased between November 1st, 2020 through February 28, 2021. See Central Prairie Co-op for qualifying Cenex products and promotion details. Some exclusions apply. And don't forget to ask your dealer about the best warranty in the industry, the Cenex Total Protection Plan. Maximized equipment performance, powered locally.
Hi. For dental care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdowelldds@gmail.com. Bueller Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Don Vey has been named the new Executive Director of Mennonite Friendship Communities in South Hutchinson. Vey, who has 29 experience in service to elders, has been serving since 2018 as Chief Executive Officer of Parkside Homes in Hillsborough. She also has served as an Interim Director of Sunport Subsistence Center, Executive Director of Wichita Presbyterian Manor, and spent 23 years as Vice President of Health Services at Wesley Towers in Hutchinson. They will begin her new position January 11th. Recently retired Executive Director Lowell Peachy has agreed to return as Interim Executive Director starting next Wednesday after Deb Cable completes her service as Interim Director. 2 men were injured overnight in a shooting in western Pawnee County being investigated by the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. Pawnee County 911 received a call shortly after midnight of a man being shot at a home in Burdett. While officers were en route there, another call came in by the second victim at a house about a block away who had ran from the first house where the shootings took place. The first man, who sustained multiple gunshot wounds, was taken to a Wichita hospital where he is in serious condition and recovering from surgery. The second man was shot once. He was treated and released at the Larned Hospital. Governor Laura Kelly this afternoon issued an executive order directing flags be flown at half-staff through sundown Monday in memory of those who have died from COVID-19. This is the second time the governor has done this during the pandemic. It comes as Kansas today surpassed the 2,000 death mark from COVID-19. The McPherson Police Department will be having a Cover the Cruiser event Saturday from 10 till noon at the McPherson Walmart. For a donation to the Kansas Special Olympics Torch Run, you can put a sticker on a police vehicle. Tonight's forecast: cloudy, chance of rain or snow during the evening, a low 30, mostly cloudy, 40 Saturday, chance of overnight snow Saturday night, a low 26, morning snow, then sunshine on Sunday afternoon with a high near 40. More news anytime at AdAstraRadio.com. I'm Lucky Kid.
Stream tonight's game live on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio. Time report.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
From the minute you walk in and warm, the gals that work there are just super sweet and super kind and really make an effort to get to know you and ask about you and your families. They definitely build relationships with their customers at Dr. Ediger's.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office at 200 East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
This is Rod from Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsborough. Carrie, myself, and our entire staff want to let you know that we are still open to keep you rolling. We encourage customers to take advantage of our vehicle pickup and drop-off service. We can pick your vehicle up for new tires or service and return it to your house or business. Our farm service trucks are ready as always. We all need to do our part to keep ourselves and those around us healthy and safe. From all of us at Rod's Tire and Service, we thank you for your continued support and business. Your one-stop complete source for Firestone tires is Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsborough.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Well, looking at the stats from the first half are inside the numbers. Brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years. Online at adamsbrown.cpa.com. One area where the Seahawks have not hurt us in the first half is at the free throw line. Bueller's actually done a much better job there.
And if that shot is made,
I believe they're 6 of 7. Seahawks just 2 of 5 in the first half. Everything else has been a struggle. It really goes back to the turnovers. And they're struggling to beat that full-court press by the Seahawks, and that has led to easy offense for both Zaya Sims and Harley Wilson. Wilson leads all scores with 11 points in the first half. Sims with 7. And Tracy Keeler with 4. Hannah Ames with 3. And Libby Jackson with 3. Crusaders have 4 from Lauren Speck, 3 from Mallory Heyman, and 2 from Alex Hutton. Hutchai outscores Bueller 12-3 in the first half. Seahawks, after Bueller had gotten within 5. It was 9-5. And then a little bit later, 11-6. That was at the 2:56 mark in the second quarter. Then the Assault Hawks went on a 12-0 run and eventually extended out 28-9 here at half. Our Inside the Numbers, second half coming up from the Assault Hawk Activity Center. Live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
If Hutchinson wins again.
This has been the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Find Prairie Bank of Kansas online at prairiebankks.com. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shares Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
If you need a piece of metal or an angle for a small project or a complete fabrication project done, call us at Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson. We know metal. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and my family has been in business for 99 years. With a huge stock of different sheets, shapes of steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum, Johnson Sheet Metal has what you need. We cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications and can make your ag replacement panels too. Call us today. Johnson Sheet Metal, 620-662-0224.
What do you look for in an insurance company? Hello, this is Brad Patton from Wade Patton Insurance. If you're looking for sound advice, dependable service, and the careful evaluation of your family's insurance needs, you should give us a call. At Wade Patton Insurance, we specialize in personal service. Your agent that evaluates and sells you your policy is the same agent that will be there answering questions and providing sage advice when you need it. So if you're looking for personal service from an accessible agent, check us out online or give us a call at 620-662-5469.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Well, welcome back to the Assault Hawk Activity Center, live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. At Allen Samuels of Hutch, they're dedicated to finding you the make and model that best suits your lifestyle and budget. Online at allensamuelshutch.com. Come by, let's be friends. Assault Hawk ball up 19 to start the second half, largest lead 22 in the second quarter. Assault Hawks to our right. Nice job inside. Lauren Specht has done some good rim protecting tonight at times and rejects that ball loose out of bounds. And I think it's going to be off of Buhler. Nope,
yep.
Going to be, no, off the Assault Hawks.
Well, the good news for the Crusaders, the ways that they're going to try to fight their way back into this, number one, it's going to be stopping Hutch and getting empty possessions.
Well, Assault Hawks staying with the press here in the front court with it is Madison. Hammy's got it. Picked up by Harley Wilson to the man-to-man, near side to Hutton. So Hutton, Madison gets the start of the second half along with McDowell, Hainan, and Specht. Far side circle, Paige Mcdowell picked up by Zaya Sims. Up top to Madison. Peter's got to start hitting some shots too. Near side Hutton. Ball getting a little stagnant. Work it right side baseline to Specht. Bounce pass far corner to McDowell. Up top to Madison. Crossover, drives in the lane, kicks. Great ball movement, the extra pass. Hornsbeck could have taken that baseline jumper. Extra pass in the lane to Alex for two.
Yeah, very unselfish pass, and Hutton just hit the jumper right in the paint. So good look for the Crusaders.
So Hawks the other way. Zaya Sims out front, near side circle to Harley Wilson. Wilson to Sims. Stockton and Malone again. Boy, those two got a little pick and roll working.
Yeah, that inside-out game is working well for the Assault Hawks for outside-in game.
30-11, back to a 19-point game. Stockton had those really short shorts. Here's the three. Paige McDowell, too strong. Rebound, tapped him out off the Assault Hawks.
Well, you make those John Stockton references. You know, me and you, Aaron, went to high school at the same time when we wore the long shorts. And so John Stockton was such a fish out of water. I can still remember watching them and thinking, he is so old. He's wearing those 80s and 70s shorts.
Peter in the inbounds play. Here's Madison. Launches a three. Well off, rebound underneath to Zaya Sims. Assault Hawks push it ahead. They've got numbers to the bucket. Layup good.
And that's unfortunate for the Crusaders because those transition buckets are really what help propel Hutch High to their big lead.
Gracie Keeler makes it a 21-point game. One point shy of Hutch's largest. Here's McDowell to Haanen. Haanen in traffic, might have got slapped on the hand, puts a shot up, missed, rebound, put back, no, by Lawrence Becht. 2 good looks, 2 misses. Rebound Salthawks again, beating the floor to Sims, inside and good. Gotta get numbers back on defense.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back buckets for Hutch, just getting that transition game going, so hopefully the Crusaders can try to stop the bleeding here.
New largest lead at 24, 5:23 to play.
Mallory Haanen maybe got away with a little contact there, but we'll take it.
And Bueller's going to lose the ball. Turnover on the offensive end. We're going back the other way. Paige Mcdowell's going to come out. Abby Utsi will return for the Crusaders. Taryn Horning also back in for the Crusaders. Suspect goes out. Maya Thompson now in for the Salthawks. Hutch up 23. Bueller has won the last 2 in this series. Boy, nice feed inside with the left and score it for Maya Thompson.
And that was really set up by the drive by Wilson. She got so deep into the lane that the defender had to come off and leave the score open.
Lead is now 25. It's 9-0 Salthawk run. Shot inside, score it for Mallory Haanen. Good pull up inside by Mallory Haanen. She's got 5, 36-13. Lead again is 23. Hutch to our right in their half court. Harley Wilson has really been the difference maker. Her and Sims on the floor now. Steal. Nice pick off by Emmy Madison. 1-on-1 the other way to the cup. Missed it. Boy, tough play. Madison knew she was going to get fouled. Hung in there, missed the shot. She'll have 2 at the line.
Yep, good to see her just take it strong to the rack. And the Crusaders giving Hutch a little bit of taste of their own medicine that time with a run-out try.
Second on Keeler. First team foul here in the second half on the Salthawks. Emily Madison at the line. Free throw rattles off. Emily is a 65% career foul shooter. Alex Hutton out of the Bueller lineup now. First appearance tonight for America Holiday, the 5-foot sophomore. So Holiday out there along with Horning. You've got Madison at the free throw line, then Utsi and Haanen. Second free throw by Emily is good. That ends a 9-0 Salthawk run. 36-14. Hutch high across the timeline, left to right. Far side circle, Libby Jackson. Jackson off a screen, rolls to the free throw line. Up top to Maya Thompson. Thompson now to Wilson. Pull up, right elbow jumper, short front iron. Rebound inside Thompson. Salthawks will have a second opportunity. Here is Wilson. Picked up by Holiday. Pass knocked away. Utsi, great deflection. It goes off Thompson, out of bounds. It'll be Bueller ball.
Utsi did a nice job last week, really bringing some defensive energy, and she did it right there, helping to force the turnover.
Crusaders length of the floor.
So the press still in full effect, and we were talking, Carson, at halftime, the Crusaders are really going to have to find a way to kind of start beating the press, or you talked about it. We're going to see this all year long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, with the struggles they had against Nickerson and then early in the game, well, they're going to see it all season, but Madison trying to break it there, that's what she's going to have to keep doing, is just trying to outrun people.
You might have said Emily stepped on the out-of-bounds line here on this near side. We'll go back the other way. Salthawk ball again, 3:44 to play in the third, 36-14. Hutch high with the lead, the basketball. First game of the year for the Salthawks. Bueller 0-1 after that Friday loss to Nickerson. Now a steal by Madison. Madison one-on-one inside, this time to the cup, and score it. First bucket of the year for Emily Madison.
Great hustle by Madison as she got right past Libby Jackson. Really didn't have the better angle, but just used her speed to blow past Jackson and get the score.
Boy, let's win this final 3 minutes of the third quarter, huh?
No doubts.
Here traveled near side by Libby Jackson. They'll work it to Wilson, far side off the screen. Set by Maya Thompson. Here's Brent Ackley. Cross-court pass, long 2, far side, rolls around, won't fall in the cup for Libby Jackson. Fights for the rebound, a tie-up of the arrow to the Crusaders. Bueller's not done a fantastic job crashing the glass tonight. Shot goes up, got to get to the boards.
Yeah, you'd see that time, and Taryn Horning doing a nice job at hitting the deck, getting the tie-up, and getting the ball on the alternating possession arrow.
Lawrence Becht back in the lineup for the Crusaders in a steal. Horning lost it, take it away, score it. inside for Gracie Keeler. She's got 8.
4 in each half for Keeler.
38-16. Lead again, 22. Bueller breaks the press to Speck. Ball goes through her hand. Saved by Utsi inside. Kicks it back out. Madison. Jumper. Yes!
Paige McDowell.
It's actually.
I had Taryn Horning, but they said it was McDowell.
Well, Paige McDowell's not on the floor.
Yeah, so Horning, thank you, Carson, for the confirmation. I want to make sure I'm not losing my mind up here.
It was Taryn Horning with a jumper. Well, you and I both said somebody different, and then the Max Sprinkle, who's the announcer, said it was McDowell. She's not on the court. Now a steal. That's Emily Madison. Here goes Emily to the cup layup. Oh, no.
Oh,
she missed it.
Rats.
Got her. You know, she looked back just a second to see if anybody was there, and she missed the shot.
Well, it took me back to my junior high track coaching days. You never look back, because when you look back, it slows you down. But no, she just was afraid probably Jackson was bearing down on her like the last time. But good hustle, though, nonetheless, by Madison to get the turnover.
Paige McDowell is in the lineup now as Taryn Horning goes out. 38-18. Sunhawks with the ball to our right. Through the hands of Zion Sims. Gets it back. Plays it far side to Harley Wilson. Wilson crossover dribble to Sims near side circle. Bueller in a man defense. $1:35 to go. The quarter ball through the hands of Thompson in the mid lane. That'll be Bueller ball back the other way.
All right, so now the Crusaders, like you said, Aaron, win this last 3 minutes and change in the third quarter. Try to.
Oh, ball knocked away. Madison splits the double team in the press. Gets it to the left in front court to McDowell. Far side baseline, 10 out of Speck. Back to Paige, puts up the 3, short front iron, crashed the glass. A collision inside. Boy, that's a tough foul.
I know.
See, you're going to learn this about me. One of my pet peeves. The rule book is when two players are both going for the ball and they make contact. I hate when they call a foul.
Yep, because loose balls, I mean, it's a 50-50 ball for a reason, and, yeah, tough break for the Crusaders.
Hawks far side of the floor the other way. Up 38-18. Off a screen set, and moving screen violation will go against the Sawhawks. Yeah, I have never understood in a hustle play when two players collide after a loose ball. Why they call it one of them?
Don't know either.
And foul on Maya Thompson, her second. Bueller ball, 56 seconds to play in the third. Here's Lauren with it. Speck working underneath. Nice turnaround, but she left the shot short inside. Did everything but finish. She did all the hard work. You couldn't get the ball to go in. Rebound, Sawhawks. Here's Zaya Sims driving and traveling.
Nice job by the Crusaders protecting the rim that time, because Sims is a talented enough player. If you're not in her road, she's going to finish. Alex
Hutton stood her ground. And the turnover will go back the other way. Aaron Lackey back in the Bueller lineup. And now goes Paige McDowell. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. Madison up the near side of the floor. Far side to Lackey. Back to Madison. Near side of Hutton. Cross-court pass. Marin puts up the 3 with a right hand short. Front iron. Bueller's not hitting the 3 tonight. Rebound. Hayman drops it back in.
Mallory's second basket of this third quarter. Crusaders have cut the lead to 18.
Lead down to 18. 13 seconds on the floor. Now is Steele Madison. Picks it off to Hanen. Up the floor. Off the window for 2. Mallory's got 9. 38-22, and that'll get us to the end of the third. And what do they say about winning the final 3 minutes of the third quarter? And they did it. They cut a 25-point lead. They 9 points off of that, down to a 16-point lead. Buddy, I know it's a big ask. 8 minutes to go. You get it to 10, and you got a chance.
And all I keep thinking about is the old adage: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. When you have that big deficit, you just got to fight and scratch one possession at a time.
All right, into the third, 38-22. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
The veterinarians and staff at Abilene Animal Hospital would like to wish Coach Warner and the Bueller Crusaders a healthy and successful season. The same level of hard work, dedication, and commitment to excel on the field is what we do at Abilene Animal Hospital. We continue to invest in new diagnostics and technology to make every effort to give you and your pet the best care possible. Go Crusaders!
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
I always believe if you can get it to 10, you got a chance. And boy, how many times you've seen a team get it to in 10, and there may be 30 seconds left in the game, and the coach will call a timeout. I mean, it happens every time.
No doubt. Well, basketball coaches, I think, well, most of them love to use every timeout they've got, no matter the circumstances.
Hutch with 10 points in that third.
It'll be Hutch High basketball here to open the fourth, so see if the Crusaders can keep up the defensive pressure.
Bueller outscores them 12-10. And a shot inside and good.
Great give and go that time. Libby Jackson kicked it to the high post, and they dumped it back down to her, cutting to the basket.
40-22, lead to 18. Bueller the other way, and a blocking foul as Lauren Speck trying to work it right baseline.
Salt Hawk foul, number 22, Hannah Ames.
First Salt Hawk to pick up her third foul.
13 fouls.
7 different Hutch High ladies who fouled in the game. That is first with third. Now the ball poked away in the mid lane, stolen away by Hutch. The other way, Zaya Sims, the outlet pass. Layup, good. Ooh.
Count it, or no.
They will count the bucket and a foul.
And that was completely set up by a great lob down the floor on the run.
Mary Lackey with a foul.
By Harley Wilson as she hit Sims in stride, just kind of like a QB, hitting the guy going over the middle.
Lackey out, replaced by McDowell. So you'll hear me two things. I've already complained about one of my basketballisms, the foul on the loose ball. The other is when you're fouling somebody inside with the ball, if you're going to foul, make sure the other person doesn't score.
Get your money's worth.
Absolutely. Sims hits the free throw to make it 43-22. Bueller the other way to whistle. I'm not looking for anything dirty.
You're making me think of something I used to tell kids.
Yeah.
You haven't arrived until you fouled somebody so hard they can't shoot their own free throws.
That's you have 5 fouls for a reason.
Bingo.
Boy, nice inbounds. Madison found Speck, left block, missed the shot, gets it back, missed, puts it back, yes! Great effort by Lauren Speck. You know what I love about that? Boy, Mallory Haney came over with some fire.
Well,
gave her the fist pump. Three tries and a foul. Great job by Lauren Speck.
Just grit and effort right there by Lauren Speck. And she has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Missed the free throw. That foul, the third on Maya Thompson. Well, look at our resident linebacker up here to teach them how to foul so they can't score there, buddy.
There are some times when you need a foul, and if you're going to give up a foul, you got to foul them hard.
It's going to be Bueller ball there, baseline, 7-10 to play in the game, 43-24 to steal. Zaya Sims, she's done some things tonight, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's a
she just picked up,
And Sims to Harley Wilson, those two, quite the tandem.
Jumper at the right elbow. I was about to say Zaya Sims just got away with the travel. 45-24. Lead is 21. 6:41 to go in the game. Here is Madison, floater in the lane, yes! That is my favorite shot for a point guard. Suck the defense. Nobody to guard that floater.
Well, and just you could tell that shot when she let go, very confident. Good to see her kind of getting in rhythm.
45-26. Especially when you're an undersized point guard. Here is Sims for three up top, miss short. Long rebound of Paige McDowell. When you bigs use that space on the floor, a little floater over them. It's a beautiful shot. Here's Amy with it up high. Salthawks And a man-to-man, dribbles it over, right side circle. 5:57 to go. Off to McDowell. And a timeout by Coach Mitchellstetter. 5:54 left here in the fourth. Hutch High 45, Bueller 26 on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network. We're back in 1 minute.
When we last chatted, you said you were committed to offering vehicles at an affordable price. But aren't you going overboard, taking 20% off the all-new Ram trucks?
Absolutely. And let's go a little bit further. Not only am I going to take 20% off, I'm going to offer you a choice, either a 2-year service agreement or free fuel for a year.
You're the boss. That's only at Allen Samuels of Hutch at 30th and Lorraine, online 24 hours a day at allensamuelshutch.com.
Allen Samuels of Hutch. Come by and let's be friends.
Neufeld's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Bueller High School activities, Neufeld's Flooring in downtown Bueller.
Each and every day, WIFCO steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
And back here at the Salt Hawk Activity Center from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, Aaron West, Chris Schenk, and Carson Moeller. Colton Hines down on the video tonight for us, streaming via YouTube. Entry pass. What do we got? Offensive foul, push off underneath. They got the ball into Specht, who's pleading her case, but I think they say she pushed off.
I agree with her 100%. I mean, how often do you see him call a push-off when a player is being fronted by somebody? And I mean, all she did was just cut to the bucket.
It's the same as a box out to me.
Yeah.
Salt Hawks the other way. Wilson, the crossover dribble into front court with the basketball, picked up by Alex Hutton. But we'll try and get some other stuff in this final 5 minutes. We need to talk about the Fort Hays State Tigers a little bit here. That's one thing we need to talk about tonight. There's a travel called on Brent Ackley. We'll go back the other way. 45-26 Hutch.
Aaron, we have seen each other how many days this week, and you haven't mentioned that?
The biggest problem was that you called it. You, my friend, call it. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well,
here's Madison, fouled at the timeline. You and I were having a conversation. You're not a big Bruce Weber guy.
No.
And you said maybe the nail in the coffin will be him losing to Fort Hays State.
Well, I did enjoy the fact of getting to see Caleb Hammocky tear him up. You know, I got the opportunity to call a bunch of his games for Trinity, and the Gilbert Peters kid from South Gray, I'd seen him broadcasting games, and the Vitsum kid from TMP. So it was fun to get to see these local kids do well.
Casey Keeler with that foul at Lauren Specht with it, right elbow. Play it here near side Hutton. Hutton inside looking for Hanen. And Brent Ackley of Hutch High gets a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, that's huge for the unfortunate part of it for Fort Hays State. It didn't count.
I know, and that was their first win of the year, and there was all sorts of adversity Fort Hays faced. You know, of course, their head coach and their lead assistant were both in quarantine, so they had a
floater. Horning too strong, and a rebound. Sims underneath for Hutch High, and she threw the ball away. She was looking for her teammate up the floor. Keeler pass a little bit too strong, go back the other way.
So now we're sitting here with under 5 to go. Bueller being down 19 at this point. It's kind of one of those effort things. Let's try to whittle this down, try to get it a little bit closer.
It goes back to what I said. Doesn't matter what the score is right now. Let's win the final 5 minutes, huh?
Yep.
Here's Madison with it at the timeline. Hamilton out there along with Hutton. Horning is on the floor, so is Specht and Hanen. Here's side circle to Alex, up top to Specht, far side to Taryn Horning. Horning trying to fend off her defender. She's got to, just about to say, she's got to move with the ball, and there's a 5 count.
Yeah. And one of the comments I wanted to make before, this game gets over, the Crusaders have struggled tonight, but it's not for lack of effort. I mean, the girls have been hustling. It's just one of those things when, you score 9 points and a half, that's a tough thing to overcome offensively. But
we've talked about it. It's going to take these upperclassmen, these seniors. It's going to take Madison and Specht and Hutton pulling these other girls along until the game starts to slow down a little bit for them. And that's always the big thing. Varsity. your first couple of games, things a little bit warp speed. It's got to slow down to you. It'll get easier. Boy, nice block. Lauren Specht on the defensive end with a swat away.
She has the most active hands on this entire team.
Peter the other way. Marin Lackey with it. Into Utsi. Ball knocked loose. Sims picks it up off the deck. I'm always amazed you go to each different level. Like, if you've been on the floor for a college basketball game, how much faster it is up and down the floor. And so at every level, there's that adjustment period. Here's Sims through 2 defenders. What a take with a right. Pretty move, couldn't finish. Rebound Bueller.
Yeah, and credit to Haanen for doing a nice job of just altering the shot. Or Specht, excuse me.
And Madison the other way, feeds it Lauren. Baseline jumper for 2.
Good to see Lauren now has 8 points. Second leading scorer tonight for the Crusaders.
Down to 17, 45-28, 3:16 to play here in the game, and a little bump foul. I know they're going to call timeout. Timeout of the floor. Maybe they would have whistled. Wilson got into the body of Hutton. 3:13 left, 45-28. We'll take a timeout here from the Salt Activity Center. Full timeout, so we're back in a minute on HKFM of the Crusaders Sports Network.
Kansas is a local bank. Find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these values. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
My name is Jim Remar, and I'm President and Chief Operating Officer at the Cosmosphere. Working with Phoenix Restoration was great. They were quick to respond, they were reliable. They really went out of their way to accommodate us and to do what they could to help keep our operation going while they were in there addressing the problem. As far as we're concerned, they're the best in the business.
Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company is Phoenix Restoration. They'll help you rise again after your disaster. Online at phoenixrestoration.com.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
A little added atmosphere in the gym tonight is the board of directors voting this week to allow 2 parents or guardians per participant. I have watched all of those meetings, and hey, it has made me never want to be an actual part of them. Oh my goodness, there is so much debating back and forth.
Yeah, it is. The High School Activity Association is more like the federal government than people understand, where you've got to do lobbying, and there's factions and all the rest.
Here's a pull-up at the free throw line by Wilson. Missed. Well, Mike Thompson's been good on the offensive boards tonight. Got it back, puts it up. No, then a rebound by Sims and a foul. And here's the problem with that. People, it's easy to say, well, the Acacia people do this, or they don't do this, or they shouldn't. Really, at the end of the day, all they can do is make suggestions.
Yep.
They have no power.
The schools are the ones that make the decisions. And I know from being a former school administrator, sometimes just school rivalries get involved in it, where you know that a school that you don't like is in favor of something. Yeah. Guess what? You're going to vote against it. And it's no, I mean, I'm happy that, things have happened the way they have.
Well, they called that foul on Sims on the rebound. They're going to put Lauren Specht to the free throw line as she missed the front end of a 1-and-1, as that is the 17th foul of the Salt Hawks. Rebound, Hutch High. Up 45-28, 2:48 to go. I mean, we've seen it twice this year at the beginning of football, and then again at the beginning of basketball season, where the Acacia staff kind of laid out a plan, and then once the executive board and the board of directors, once they both came together, they kind of pieced it apart, is what they really did.
But
nice feed to Sims. She couldn't finish, though. That was a great feed from Gracie Keeler. Rebound, loose on the deck, and a block! That might be the play of the game right there. Marin Lackey with a swat away.
She sent it right into the Hutch High cheerleaders, and great job by Marin. It was kind of one of those boards that there was a bunch of Crusaders in the lane, and the ball just kind of landed in between everybody, and nobody really made a play on it. And so Hutch got the ball back, but Lackey got some redemption for Buhler there.
Mallory Haanen back in. Alex Sutton will go out. 2:18 to play the game. 45-28. Sims off the feed, off the glass. 4-2.
Yeah, it was one of those deals. Sims just came charging down the lane. They just hit her at point-blank range, and she put it in.
47-28. 2:04 to go. Crusaders the other way. Utsi. Cross-court pass to Lackey. Up near the timeline to Madison. Early in the first quarter. Didn't start tonight. I don't know that she's been out. And now tie up with a foul. Lackey with the ball near side. That's going to be a foul on Gracie Keeler, her fourth. And Marin has not scored tonight after scoring 9 a week ago against Nickerson. And the junior will be at the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, hopefully she can do the opposite of the announcer's curse here and score.
First is in and out, no good.
Rats.
You shouldn't have said anything.
I know.
Rebound
I'm sorry,
Sims.
Lackey family.
Outlet pass up the floor to Brent Ackley. Inside, ball knocked loose. Take away, that is Lackey who comes up with it. Ahead to Madison. Try and dump down low. Good idea. Specht had her defender sealed off that time. Easy roll to the bucket, but missed the pass.
So now just 93 seconds left in this game. Right now the Crusaders just playing for pride and hopefully a strong finish.
47-28 will be next Tuesday in Towanda. Sims with the three up top, in and out, no good. Rebound, Baron Lackey. And over my 10 years of doing Bueller full-time, a handful of games that are my favorites. Here's Utsi with it. I threw it away. Picked off by Hutchinson. Salthawks the other way. 2-on-2 basketball. And out of bounds pass goes off the fingertips of Gracie Keeler. It'll be Bueller ball. Quickly substitutions in. Paige Mcdowell returns along with Taryn Horning. But a handful, we all have our handful of favorites, right? Last March at Circle, Bueller winning the sub-state there. That's right up there for me. That was so much fun.
Yep, and getting both teams to state, that's always a special experience.
Yeah. Well, the group of girls, and these girls are going to go through their lumps too. Every team does, right? Every young group of players does. Finally getting to that point where they got to the state tournament. There's a steal, layup good. Harley Wilson, and one.
Well, a comment I was going to make about this game, Coach Riley really keeping the foot on the gas. He's only played 7 players tonight, has not subbed down yet, and there's 40 seconds left.
Well, the hard thing for him is Wilson at the line, misses the free throw. That foul was the third on Taryn Horning. 49-28. 32 seconds to play. Here's Utsi. Nice step through in the lane. Layup in and out. No good. Boy, nothing to show for it, but she made a nice move. Rebound Hutchinson. Salthawks, Division I of the ABCTL. They're Mays, Derby. It is Salinas Central. It is a murderer's row schedule that they will play coming up. Some really good basketball teams. 9 seconds left. Hutch is going to dribble it out and go to 1-0 on the year. Yep, not quite. Mallory Haynen went for a steal, came up short, and commits a foul. Just the 5th team foul on the Crusaders. So Hutch will inbound at midcourt with 5 seconds left, and that should do it. Hutch is going to go to 1-0 on the year. Salthawks will be at Newton on December 15th. They're now 0-2 on the season, and they will travel to Towanda. Take on the Circle T-Birds next Tuesday here on HKFM. 49-28 is your final score. Salthawks win it. They break a 2-game losing streak against the Crusaders. These two teams had opened the regular season last 2 years with the wins by the Crusaders, but Hutch wins it here tonight. Our Shirt Shack post game begins next here on HKFM with the Crusaders Sports Network.
Stay tuned for the Shirt Shack postgame show. Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans. Coming up, the Whiffco Steel Products Player of the Game. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
At H&R Block, we're here all year at tax time or anytime to help get answers for your tax questions. Stop by H&R Block in Hutch at 2nd and Washington, on the Square in Lyons, or in downtown Ellsworth today. Get your taxes won at H&R Block.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
Shoot and score this winter with Hutch Rec Youth Basketball. Registration deadlines for both recreation and competitive leagues has been extended. Deadline for Hutch Rec's new Central Kansas Basketball League for competitive teams is January 4th, while the deadline for Rec League is January 8th. Both leagues are for youth in 1st through 6th grades. Register for either league online at hutchrec.com or in person at Hutch Rec Downtown, located at 17 East 1st.
You're listening to Buhler Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Well, plenty coming up here on our Shirt Shack post-game. Crusader basketball here tonight. I lost my pen. Brought to you in part by the Bruce Isaacson Agency, by Idea Tech, Apple Lane Animal Hospital, by Phoenix Restoration, and by the Buhler Booster Club. We'll get you our player and play of the game on the way. Break down some final numbers as well. I thought, Christopher, the team got better in the second half, better at beating the press, and hopefully, you can talk about this a lot. Young team. You're going to practice those things in practice, but really it takes game action to figure them out. I thought having Emily Madison back helped tonight, but still some work to do. If they can beat that press consistently, teams will lay off a little bit, and that'll allow them to get in their offense more.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, as soon as the Crusaders can start consistently breaking the press, then the press will go away. And you think about how many buckets Hutch High scored off of the press tonight. I mean, we don't have the exact stats ahead of us, but, man, I would say, at least probably 16, if not more, that were, maybe even half their points coming off of fast break action. So, and like you said, Madison being out there, that just having another guard that can handle the ball, was good to see. And to the defenders inside, I felt like, Specht and Hutton and Haanen, got better as the game went on, trying to defend him inside. And tonight we ran into two good guards. Harley Wilson and Zaya Sims were both, really nice players. And, Hutch is going to win a lot of games just on the accord of those two ladies, because they were kind of the 1-2 punch for the Lady Salt Hawks tonight, Carson.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the way Sims can get down and play in the post, but also play on the perimeter and run with the other team. Crusaders had a hard time keeping up with her. You saw Alex Hutton just step for step, which just shows her quickness. But as long as the Crusaders can start clicking on that offense, Madison missed practice with that broken finger. Once she gets more incorporated and learns the offense just a little better, you'll see this Crusader team start scoring some more points.
Double digits for both Wilson and Sims tonight. So, two things we talked about in the outset, our guards and breaking the press, getting into the offense. Then I think our post players are going to, again, a little better tonight. Haanen with 9, Specht with 8. So I think that's a step in the right direction, getting production in the post. Also help hit some outside shots. They didn't hit a 3 tonight, so it all has to kind of work in concert. But number one, fewer turnovers. Always tough. Coaches have always told me, you get behind so far, you use up so much getting back that you don't have a lot of left late in the game.
Well, and just if somebody sticks in the press, I mean, it takes, if you have to labor to get the ball across half court, it takes up so much of your energy not only on the defensive end when you come back and play defense, but just you finally get down to the half court and you've already spent so much energy. It just, it just really wears on you. But no, I mean, the crazy thing is, even though, I mean, it was a tough loss, I feel like there was improvement. I don't know about you guys, but it felt like there was improvement from the Crusaders. And, it's one of those things that how you play in early December, it's a long season. The end of February and early March is 10 years from now. And so it's all about just the Lady Crusaders just continuing to work day in and day out. Easier said than done. But, and the weird thing about the high school basketball season, and you guys know this, you have those 4 or 5 games that are before Christmas, and then you have the long Christmas break, which is even longer this year. It's kind of that first couple games in December, it's kind of a chance to really kind of work out the cogs, and then they've got to go away from games for a couple weeks and just work on internal stuff. So everything that they can learn about themselves and just the combos that are going to work, that's going to make them that much better when you get into heavy league play in January and February.
Absolutely. Our Inside the Numbers tonight brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs. Online at adamsbrowncpa.com. Above and beyond. Game high 16 for Zaya Sims tonight. Harley Wilson right behind with 15. Gracie Keeler had 8. Hannah Ames with 3. And Libby Jackson with 5. Crusaders led by a career best 9 for Mallory Hainan. Lauren Specht sets a new career high tonight. Her previous high last year in the SIT was 6. She finishes with 8. Alex Hutton with 4. Taryn Horning with 2. And Emily Madison with 5. Single-digit quarters, another thing you've got to avoid. Bueller had 3 of them tonight. They were outscored in the fourth, 11-6. I'd like to, if you take what they did in that third quarter and focus on that, I think good things happen. Hutch High wins it tonight, 49-28. We'll be back with our player and the play of the game and to wrap things up from our Shirt Shack post-game right after this from Hutch on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
The Shirt Shack. Stream tonight's game live on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app and on your smart speaker with TuneIn, powered by Nextech Wireless.
Do you bleed maroon and white? Do you want to help the students of BHS in their extracurricular activities? The Bueller High Booster Club helps support hundreds of students each year. To join, stop by the Bueller Closet at any home game or email BuellerBoosterClub@gmail.com.
Rise Up Reno and Tommy Galindo want to remind you that mentorship matters. Youth with mentors are 46% less likely to use.
I dropped out of school early, got into the system from drugs, and it just, it tore my life apart. I ruined other lives, and I got incarcerated.
To become a mentor, visit us online. Rise Up, Reno.
Come visit us at Bueller Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best care around, and we like to have some fun and get to know you while you spend time with us. From regular fillings, cleanings, dental implants, or even if we have to, extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-543-2768 to schedule your next appointment or email online at drdowells@gmail.com. Bueller Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
You're listening to Bueller Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
And back here to wrap up our coverage tonight, brought to you in part by Cargill Salt, Countryside Feed by Rodstar and Service, Yoder Meat, and by Crable Tree Clearing.
And I got to jump in for a random thing, Cargill Salt. Danny Wilson, Harley Wilson's dad, one of the guys at Cargill Salt. Cargill Salt has been a super long-time Reno County High School sports sponsor, and I've known Harley's folks for quite a few years, and just want to thank those sponsors because without them, we don't get to do this. And so,
yeah, I hope she has a great year.
Yeah, congratulations to Harley, and if Danny's listening, hello.
All right, time for tonight's fill-up of the game, brought to you by Dick's Phillips 66. Fill up on top-tier gasoline, snacks, and more at Dick's Phillips 66, 1215 East 4th in Hutch, family-owned and operated since 1963. Newly remodeled, by the way. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66. We pick up play in the second half. Far side to Lackey, back to Madison. Near side of Hutton. Cross-court pass. Marin puts up the three with a right hand short. Front iron. Bueller's not hitting the three tonight. Rebound. Heyman drops it back in. And put back in the second half for Mallory Heyman. Career high 9 for her is our fill-up of the game. And since we highlighted one big, we'll go ahead and highlight the other one too. Lauren Specht, who had a career high 8 tonight. I like some of the things. She had a couple of big blocks in the game, and I think gets a little tougher with the hands. She's going to score on the inside more this year, and we'll make Lauren our WIFCO Steel Products player of the game. From storage tanks to steel walkways, stairways, and platforms, WIFCO Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication, online at wifcosp.com. And really against that press, your point guards running the floor, your bigs getting down and crashing the glass, and those two in particular, along with Alex Sutton, will have some opportunities this year.
Yeah, and I think they're just going to continue to improve and Carson, you talked about it, shouldering the scoring load. Those three young ladies, if they can start consistently getting a couple of them into double figures, that's really going to help the Crusaders start to gin up some offense.
Yeah, playing with three bigs, you're always going to have those two bigs on the block, and so if one of them has the other defense come over, you got a nice little bounce pass or a touch pass for a wide open layup.
And they've been very unselfish. That's the thing. In some of our points tonight, it was one of the bigs getting a lot of defensive pressure and making that extra pass, the unselfish pass to another player. And so if they continue to work on that, I think things are just going to continue to improve.
Well, our coach may not be able to find us in the stratosphere tonight, so we'll give her just a few more seconds. And while we do that, I know, Chris, you've got a bunch of final scores to run through in our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard.
Yeah, I got to spend the afternoon with Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care, so always a pleasure getting to talk to Dr. Hunt. But I'll get to the score that you care the most about, Aaron. I'm going to get to your KU Jayhawks score that can be heard over on Hit Radio 94.7 KSKU. KU running away with it up on Omaha 73-38 with 7:56 left to go in the second. The other big collegiate game, K-State over Milwaukee by 3 right now, 23-20. And taking a look at the high school scores that we have elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network as we get Coach mic'd up here, and I finally find where my scores are at. Earlier tonight over on Sports 1 on the Ad Astra Radio app, the Mound Ridge Lady Wildcats defeat Lions 58-29 up at Mound Ridge, and then over on Kicks Country 106 Hillsboro defeating the Lady Teutons 39-23. That game again on Kicks Country 106.
All right, I am technology challenged tonight. That has been an issue for me for some reason this evening, but we got Coach mic'd up. Our post-game thoughts. Welcome to our little huddle here, Coach. It's kind of tight up here.
Yeah, it's a little high, too.
It's good for your conditioning, though,
Oh,
right?
yes. I'm a little out of breath, so I
Yeah.
apologize if you hear loud breathing.
Hey, that's okay. We hear all kinds of strange noises coming up from when yeah. But anyway, let's get to the game and the important things. I know, tough start. You get down. Girls fought back. Always talk about with any team, whatever sport it is, you get behind a certain distance. It takes so much to come back, and in particular, the third quarter, you're able to come back and kind of right the ship a little bit and do some nice things.
Yeah, I think our momentum came the third quarter, but we just couldn't get over that hump and make that stop. So it's a little frustrating, but, saw a lot of good things when we did have the momentum. I saw a team come together to congratulate each other and everything.
So I know the point guard lives strong within you. When you're working against that press, what things are you working with your point guards to kind of help them get a little bit more comfortable and kind of figure that out as they're in game?
One, turnovers. Holy cow. Turnovers are absolutely killing us. So I told the girls that tomorrow, next couple of days, we're going to work on press and everything. As a point guard, I'm seeing the middles wide open, but our kids are telegraphing the passes, so the whole world knows where we're passing it. So we got to make sure we're not telegraphing our passes, making smart choices, and we have to read the defense. Sometimes a pass is open, but the defense is reading our eyes. So trying to train them to read the defense and relax and play basketball.
How much of that is now these kids have been playing basketball their whole lives, but it's still, we talked about last week, that next level. The game is a little bit faster, and you've got to play for a while before it kind of slows down mentally for you. How much of it is that for them?
A lot. I think a lot of times we get so hyped up about a game that we just don't relax and play. I always tell them, I know you're excited, but we got to relax and play. It's it's frustrating to see because I know they're frustrated and they make the turnovers. They know they make mistakes and everything, but we're working on it. I joked with them that we got a little bit better because we got 2 less turnovers from last week.
Hey, we're looking for the positive things. How much did it help to have Emily Madison back?
Oh, it's a great help. She created a lot of things for us. We need a creator on the floor. She read very well. It's just trying to get some little support for her on the wings.
Yeah, your guards led you in scoring last week. Struggled shooting away from the basket tonight, but your 2 bigs, Lauren and Mallory, both picked things up a little bit for you.
Oh yeah, they had some great cuts and little bunny shots. If we could put those in, that'd make my night.
Yeah, and some good blocks on the defensive end.
Yes,
so
very good.
All positive things that I know that you'll build on, and we continue with this weird schedule. 1 game next week, so we'll go to Circle Girls only again. Fond memories of that gym from last year, so maybe the little mojo carries over. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully. We can only hope.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time and all your hard work. Have a great weekend.
Yep,
We'll see you on
thank you.
Tuesday.
All right.
That is Coach Mitchell Stetter with us as we wrap things up here from the Salt Hawk Activity Center tonight. Appreciate her comments and appreciate, looking for those accentuate the positives. I think as a coach you have to do that a little bit. I mean, you've been a coach. There's a certain amount of parenting or mental toughness you have to take with the kids, but you've also got to take it with a little bit of positive spin too.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and when you're working on just kind of the early parts of the season, like the Crusaders at this, and so, knocking those turnovers down, because there are so many stats that you can start building on positive things that you're seeing statistically before the wins start coming. And so limiting turnovers, that's something that, they're going to continue to work on. And the good thing is, being positive, but yet looking for ways to work. I mean, that's what a good coach does, because if you just come in fire and brimstone and tell everybody how terrible they played, yeah, that doesn't inspire anybody. You've got to say, here's what we did good, but here's what we've got to work on. And, I have no doubt that these ladies are going to continue to get better, and it's going to be fun to watch the progress.
All right, looking for good things to come. We'll see you Tuesday from Tawana's Circle Thunderbirds. We don't have that start time nailed down. Believe it's 6 o'clock. We'll let you know as soon as we find out. Sterling College basketball coming up on the network tomorrow. Has the Warrior men and women in action. They'll be home against Ottawa beginning at 3 o'clock, 2:45 for our pregame. Also want to wish our wrestling teams good luck tomorrow. Varsity is at Douglas for a 9:30 start. JV goes to Great Bend, 9 o'clock tomorrow. So wish our buddy Tyler Adams, good luck tomorrow. The rest of the wrestlers, swimming, I think they are back in action, back in the pool Monday at Newton.
Yes, they get to go to Newton, and so it'll be fun to get to see them underway. And, special thanks, or we want to give the shout-out to Tyler. He placed 4th down at Pratt, if I remember correctly. So that's good to see that young man having success. And, the cool thing about Buhler is just there are so many activities and so many sports that are going on, and people are supportive of each other, and we're happy for any time a kid wears the maroon to go into battle and represent Buhler High.
All right, that is going to wrap up our broadcast tonight for Carson Mueller, Colton Hines, our Crusader Sports Network crew. Chris Shank, Aaron West, you've been listening to Crusader Basketball. Final tonight, Hutch wins it 49-28. We'll see you Tuesday here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.